Namaskar, I'm Manoj Kumar. Welcome to in the program Press Meet. In this program, we cover press conference, media interaction, and a speech of the chief guest at the program. So, without spending so much time, let's go to the event.
I'm posted here in New Delhi. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ina Krisnamurthi. I'm the ambassador of Indonesia in India. I've been in India almost 2 years. This is my second time visiting Chandigarh, and unfortunately, due to my tight schedule, I won't be long time to stay for today. This is special visit for me to Chandigarh because actually my schedule is a bit tight. Even this morning we had just finished at 11 virtual meeting with Jakarta regarding the result of Trade Expo Indonesia, and as well, proudly say that our economic relations Indonesia and India reached one of the highest year so far, and which is thanks to the business community in India, maybe also some of you coming to the Trade Expo Indonesia last month. I think when I arrived almost 2 years ago, which is last year, it was still Omicron at that time, the variant of COVID-19. I saw a very significant progress in terms of engagements, that's for sure. Me, myself, and the team at the embassy, thank God, finally achieve direct connectivity between Indonesia and India. I think before it's Garuda Airlines, we have it. It stopped in 2019, I think, and since this year we started Batik Air from Medan to Chennai, and Indigo from Mumbai to Jakarta, and in December Vistara will fly to Bali direct, and I hope the increase of tourism also be happening, because as you all may know, Bali is Bali. Once Indian people heard the name Bali, then their radar, their eyes becomes glittering and sparkling, because Bali is the little heaven, so they say. But my vision is for sure not only focusing on Bali. When we talk about tourism, I introduced last year in a Wiki conference, and also this year I think CII Tourism, right, Bona? Bona is my trade attaché, is there to help you all if there is any question. So this year I introduced to CII, last year I introduced to Wiki the abbreviation of RICH, R-I-C-H, which means religions and I forgot what, religion, culture, and history tourism. So it's a thematic tourism niche market for India and Indonesia. Because if we only focus on Bali, then that's going to be a problem. And the best lesson that I learned from Minister of Transportation of Indonesia in December last year, before we started the direct flights, he said that it is not important to establish direct flights. More importantly is to create the traffic. The traffic means two. One is cargo, for sure, that means trade. Second is tourism, that means people, the passengers. So that is why the RICH come about, and at the same time we want to engage in this format, because I believe without engagement, without knowing each other, I don't think we could achieve what we have achieved so far in this past 2 years. And I think one of the another elevation of the issue is tourism usually from India to Indonesia. So my biggest homework is to create a tourism from Indonesia to India. So the rich, the R-I-C-H, R big, I small, C-H, the rich is also a thematic for tourism from Indonesia to here, because we need to make the bridge between both cultures and history. So my biggest challenge since last year, I'm telling you the truth, Indonesia and India people tend to reminisce the romantic in history and social culture, talking about Ramayana, Mahabharata, only as it stops, without understanding there's a history in it, there's people behind it. That Ram and Sinta in India is actual people, whereas in Indonesia only symbol of love. So that's my biggest homework, to make the bridge between reminiscence, romantic gesture of history and figures and into a cultural significance, people-to-people contact in a substance manner. But when I say rich, means the tourism sector, the thematic. But investment, I should give the speech in the room, not here. But anyways, I think, sir, if I may, I believe investment is extremely important in this uncertain global dynamics. No one knows last year the war in Europe started. No one knows there's an escalation of conflicts in Gaza. No one can predict, assume, or presume. So I think one of the things that we need to achieve in economic diplomacy as diplomat is how to make a world or economy in the world more certain in this very dynamic situation. Continuous engagement is very important, because without it, I think we cannot understand the weight that India has. Yesterday we had a lunch with External Affairs Minister Jaishankar regarding G20 of India. We understand the weight of G20, but then as ambassador, we experience ourselves in the embassy that the elevation of visits from Indonesia is so much, not only in the framework of G20, but in the framework of other issues, other areas. I have been extremely busy this year, not only G20 delegations, but others, including FIATWAR. So people now see India as maybe one of the superpower in the world, because you can maintain the growth as such. But then again, how to understand that on the ground, that's also important. So COVID-19 teaches us that there is a need, significant need, to have people-to-people contact rather than online. Until now, for 13 or 14? 14.
13. Okay.
14, yeah?
Yes,
14.
14.
Most of them are papers and food and beverage. But the embassy has been working on Indonesian investment also here, but in a different way, because in the past we invest so much on the south. Now we want to understand more on the north. We're still learning. We are still learning what India has done, connectivity-wise, because you need to understand, sir, that investment means cold storage, hot storage, storage in general, the railroads, all. So we need to understand the capacity, the capability, and also the potentials that India has. I see. I think Look East policy or recently Look East policy, but I think we have had a very strong relations. I mentioned about Ramayana and Mahabharata, but we have had so strong relations in terms of political. That is the best basis of stronger and deeper relations in economy and social culture. Even India is among few countries, the first countries that recognize our independence in the 40s. Currently, I believe Indo-Pacific is very interesting place for people to invest, to also understand the dynamics of Indo-Pacific. Maybe like in foreign relations, maybe Indonesia and India not sharing same positions in foreign policy, but we do have one basic position, which is principle, to maintain the peace and prosperity in the Indo-Pacific. So I think that makes our relationship, yes, elevate in such a manner.